With respect to the question of kailan ba nag-decide ang prosecution na three articles lang ang present, no? Matagal na talagang usapan, not just 2 weeks, no? No na-mention kanina ni Congressman Miro, could be more than that. Hindi lang involved dito sa decision-making ang panel of prosecutors as well as spokespersons, but the speaker is involved as well as the majority leader. Matagal na namin pinag-usapan ito because originally, yung Article 2, we thought na ang Article 2 mga 2 weeks lang matatapos. But it dragged until 1 month. Naging 1 buwan because siguro ang dami na rin mga evidence at yung strength also of Article 2. And every day, especially last 2 weeks and last week, we had a meeting every night by all the prosecution members as well as the spokespersons. And this week, ngayong linggo, we finally decided this week that we will terminate the presentation of our evidence after Article 7. And yun ang nangyari ngayong araw.
Sir?
Ang final decision happened kahapon, no? Although matagal na process na yun, but we decided finally yesterday, late afternoon, after the hearing, that we will terminate the presentation of our evidence.
Siguro, dagdagan ko na rin yung, I think, importante din yung fact that what even bolstered the decision para tapusin na natin ito is essentially, we felt very, very confident. In fact, after Article 2, we were already contemplating to rest already because the evidence was overwhelming. Secondly is, yung developments doon sa Supreme Court noong Feb 14 na talagang pinagbabawalan na nila yung kanilang mga employees and even basic documents na noon pinapayagan nila, yung rolyo, yung minutes ng raffle at iba pa na pinagbawalan na nila, we felt like it was going to be very, very difficult already, particularly for Article 1, which would have been the next article to be presented because practically all of the evidence there would have come from the Supreme Court. So, lahat yung mga circumstances na yun bolstered our previous decision as a group na talagang let's terminate it all within the soonest time possible considering that we already have enough evidence, in fact, overwhelming evidence to prove or support a conviction.
Dagdagan ko yan para to complete the picture. After Article 2, actually, majority of the members of the prosecution, they wanted us to terminate the presentation of evidence because of the mere strength na sinabi ng aming spokesperson of Article 2. Pero at the time, we felt that we have to present and complete the story. The storyline as we mentioned. That's why tumuloy kami sa Article 3. There was another decision point nung hindi pinayagan yung Vice President of PAL. We were contemplating then, kung hindi papayagan ito, para namin mapuprove ang aming kaso. At matatali na talaga yung kamay ng prosecution. And there was also a decision, an important decision making that was done there, na kung doon na lang mag-rest. But we decided to go on and go doon sa temporary restraining order to complete the story of the impeachment complaint. And finally, we felt that we have presented more than enough to remove the Chief Justice. Kaya tinapos na namin. I just want to emphasize na ito lahat, itong termination, the presentation of evidence is subject to the dollar account deposits of the Chief Justice. So,
yan po ang prosecution panel, nagpapaliwanag po kung bakit nila ginawa yung kanilang desisyon, Kathy, na mag-rest or mag-manifest that they will officially rest their case as araw na ito.
At sa pagkakataong ito, Mark, kasama natin Senator Judge Coco Pimentel. Welcome back po sa Paglilitis.
Salamat Kathy and Mark sa lahat ng nanonood sa atin.
Senator Pimentel, ano pong reaksyon nyo dito sa pag-rest na ng case ng prosecution sa pagtatapos nila ng kanilang pagpresenta?
Actually, hindi ako nagulat. Kasi noon pa, nagsabi na rin ako na kung gusto ng prosecution mag-withdraw ng articles, karapatan nila yon. Walang makakapigil. So ngayon, nangyari nga na ang nakakatawa lang is majority ng articles ang withdraw kasi 8 yon and then 5 ang winidraw na iwan 3. So, pero karapatan yun eh. So, irerespeto po namin yun.
Senador, pero pending pa rin po yung matter of the subpoena nung dollar accounts
Yes.
before the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Ano po magiging epekto nitong pag-withdraw dun sa relevant pa ba yun? Nag-withdraw na nga itong prosecution dito sa ibang articles. Paano po ang mangyayari?
Relevant pa rin kasi nga Article 2 yun na hindi naman winidraw. So relevant siya. Ngayon, siguro magkakaproblema lang tayo rito sa practical side. No? Let us say, kasi 8 yun, winidraw ang 5, 3 na lang naiwan. Let us say, dumating na ang araw na ubos na ang testigo sa 3 articles. Tapos na. So technically, dapat yan, nagpo-formal offer na sila, tapos rest, tapos defense na ang evidence. Sabi nila, teka muna, hindi pa talaga tapos sa Article 2 kasi yung dollar account. So, yun na lang ang natin yun. Medyo practical problem lang yun, pero hindi po legal problem. Masosolve din po natin yun. Kung ano ba yun, pwede bang payagan na lang natin, parang stage by stage na, sige, magsabit na kayo sa peso account, magsabit na kayo ng formal offer doon, umpisahan na natin ang defense evidence on the peso account.
Or on other articles?
O other articles. Pwedeng ganon.
Senator Pimentel, pag ganun po na hindi na nila pinisinta itong iba pang 5 articles,
Yes.
yung po bang depensa pwede silang mag-present naman ng ebidensya patungkol dito sa mga articles na hindi tinalakay ng prosecution?
So, ibig sabihin, pilitin nila yung 5, mag-present
Opo.
sila ng evidence. Parang useless na kasi wala na eh. Parang dumidepensa ka, wala namang umaatake na. So, useless na po yun.
Nabanggit po kasi ng isa sa spokesperson ng depensa kanina na
Yeah.
importante daw din po sa kanila yung public image dahil gusto daw din po nila magpaliwanag on those aspects.
Well, siguro mapipigilan na sila dyan. Although ayaw namin makialam sa strategy ng defense, pero if it's really a total waste of time, hindi naman din papayag na po ang impeachment court to waste our time. Kasi bakit kayo nagdedepensa, wala namang umaatake na? Or bakit natin pinag-uusapan ng isang bagay na hindi na issue? So yun po yun.
Kanina po, Senator Pimentel, ay may binasang liham itong Senate Secretary tungkol po dito sa hindi pagpayag ng Korte Suprema na mag-attend dito sa trial itong kanilang mga tauhan. At binigyang example po ni Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile yung pag-invoke ng executive privilege po nitong mga nakaraang committee hearings. Pakipaliwanag po sa publiko yung significance po nito.
Well, ang gusto lang sabihin sa atin ni Senate President Enrile na meron talagang recognized concept ng privileges. Yung Senado meron, ang executive branch meron, and judiciary din meron. So, pagka, let us say, privileged information yon, hindi mo pwedeng pilitin maisa publiko yon kasi nga privilege nga siya. So, yun lang po yun. Pero, actually, pag-uusapan namin sa Lunes yun kasi alam mo yung pag-invoke ng executive privilege dito sa Senado, we were acting as a legislature or as a branch of the legislative department. Pero ngayon hindi, we are an impeachment court eh. Pero nakita rin naman natin na kahit sa pagtatanong, basta privilege naman, hindi naman namin pinipilit eh. Ang hindi lang maganda rito yung blanket denial of our subpoena power. Kung tutusin, ako nga, nagulat nga ako doon. Sabi ko, ito ang aking initial impression doon sa pagtanggi ng Supreme Court. Sabi ko, kasi ang sinabpina, isang administrative head at saka yung driver. Bawal. Sabi ko, kapantay na pala ng senador ngayon. Ang driver at saka yung administrative head, hindi lang ang justice of the Supreme Court. Dati, ayaw namin isabpina ang justice kasi respeto dahil kapantay when we are acting as the three great departments of government. Pero ngayon, because of that February 14 resolution, ganun ba ibig sabihin nun? Pati yung driver na nagtatrabaho sa Supreme Court at saka admin head ay kapantay namin.
Kung Senator, tumayo nga si Senator Kiko para
Yes.
imungkahi na mag-usap muna kayo. Pero after that, nag-manifest na nga itong lead prosecutor na magre-rest na sila. So importante pa ba yung discussion na yan in the light of the manifestation?
Oo, kasi yung subpoena namin, sa isang article yun na hindi winidraw, Article 7 yun eh. So lahat po yung mga pending matters, kung let us say, natatandaan pa natin lahat, yung tungkol sa TNRO yung dollar account, relevant pa kasi it's about Article 2, hindi winidraw. itong February 14 resolution ng Supreme Court na ayaw nilang respetuhin yung sabina namin sa kanilang dalawang empleyado, relevant pa rin
On
kasi
Article 7.
Article 7 na hindi rin winidraw.
Okay. Sige, Kathy. Go.
Kahapon po, Senator Coco, ay kinwestiyon nyo po itong pagpresenta ng TRO, pagpasok bilang ebidensya ng depensa habang kino-cross-examine po itong cameraman ng ABS-CBN. At sinabi nyo po kasi maraming mga law students ang nanonood. And medyo mali po, sabi nyo, itong pagpresenta ng ebidensya. Ano po ba yung dapat maintindihan ng mga law students?
Well, tama. Ay, yung enumeration ni Justice Cuevas ng steps, sabi niya, identification, marking, then offer. So, tama. Pero sabi ko nga, bakit wala pa tayo sa offer, pero bakit may marking na kung wala pa yung identification? So, yun lang naman. Actually, ang gusto ko sana mangyari kahapon, parang free lecture on air sa mga law students natin. So, tama po yun, no? Dapat i-identify yung dokumento, saka markahan, then saka i-form an offer. So, pero actually, sa impeachment proceedings, ako ay advocate ng liberal application of the rules of court. Na kung i-shortcut na. Pero ang tanong ko lang kahapon kung technically kung sa courtroom yan, sana ganun yung tamang proseso.
Senator, last question. Makakaasa ba ang ating kababayan na you will be as vigilant and as energetic kung panahon na ng depensa magpresenta ng kanilang ebidensya?
Yes, of course. Actually, pinag-uusapan namin doon sa lounge, mas exciting part na itong susunod, itong defense evidence. Mas exciting na ito kasi dito natin maririnig ang mga kwento. Mas maraming kwento rito kaysa sa dokumento.
Okay, maraming salamat po,
Sige po,
Senator
salamat po sa
Pimentel.
inyo.
Samantala, tumungo tayo o balikan natin itong press briefing na isinasagawa ng prosecution.
Yung sinasabi ni Sandra na medyo, isang punto lang naman yan eh. It's, kanina yung withdrawal. Yun, yung withdrawing, kung anong term ba ang gagamitin. Whether, kasi, the term that I use is that we will not anymore present evidence with respect to Articles 1, 8, 4, 5, 6. But the presiding officer is insisting on a motion or a notice to withdraw those articles. So it's just yung terminology lang, yung kanina na yung ibang prosecutors, I asked them also doon sa terminology. But we all know that whether we present or not the evidence on those articles are really the prerogative of the prosecution, and it's clear.
Sir, paano po?
Wala. Anong maniobra yun?
Sa Korte Suprema lang yun. Hindi, pero siguro linawin ko lang yung, I think many of the decisions are eventually reached as a consensus. Parati ho natin pinag-uusapan. Maraming naging debate na lang siguro dyan is if we can reveal is that as to at what point do we terminate today or do we terminate tomorrow. Tingko, yun yung mga pinagdidibatihan na lang namin in actuality. Pero we all felt very confident. And in fact, we supported the position of the Chief Prosecutor when he said that let's not complicate this anymore. We have the strongest evidence for the 3 articles that we presented, overwhelming for Article 2. So, wag na natin i-complicate pa yung ating presentation dito. We have, as far as the other articles are concerned, let's drop them already. Let's make that strong decision today, considering the fact that we have more than enough evidence for Articles 2, 3, and 7. So, yun yung, if at all, kung may dynamics sa pinag-uusapan.
At yung ibang prosecutors in charge of those articles, specifically yung 5, they also prepared. Matagal na proseso, they prepared for that. May mga sarili-sariling witnesses na, and they're also ready to present evidence. But we had to make the tough decision. And lahat naman unanimous yung naging desisyon ng panel.
Sir, kasi may pending motion pa po si Chief Justice